Hours from now, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon must report to prison. And he's saying he has no regrets. This after the Supreme Court rejected his last-minute appeal to stave off his 4-month sentence for defying subpoenas from the House January 6th committee. His release date will be just days before the November election. Bannon was convicted on 2 counts of contempt of Congress and sentenced to 4 months in prison in 2022. A U.S. district judge put his sentence on hold as he pursued an appeal of his conviction, which was rejected in May. The judge then ordered Bannon to report to prison by July 1st, that's today, saying there was no basis to continue to delay the sentence. Bannon will become the second former Trump aide to serve prison time for disregarding a subpoena from the House panel. Peter Navarro is nearing the end of his own 4-month sentence in a federal prison in Miami. And Dave Ehrenberg, real quick, assuming Bannon will show up, how long must he serve, and what exactly does it look like in terms of what he's doing time for? Can he then go back on work for the campaign? How long will he be behind bars?
4 months, Mika, will be right in the heart of the campaign. He only has himself to blame because he could have served his time early on, but he appealed and he got lucky because he had Judge Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee, who let him stay out of prison pending the appeal. Contrast that to Peter Navarro, who you mentioned, who got Judge Amit Mehta, an Obama appointee, who sent Navarro straight to prison. At trial and appeal, Bannon tried to use his advice of counsel defense, but that was never going to work. It's a garbage argument because of a few reasons. First, when it comes to executive privilege, which he said his lawyer, Robert Costello, you remember him from the New York election interference case, said, yeah, you're going to have executive privilege. First, Bannon didn't even come close to qualifying for executive privilege because he only worked in the White House for a few months. He hadn't been in the White House for years by the time January 6th happened. Also, Trump's attorney told Costello in writing that that defense wasn't going to work because Trump was not going to invoke executive privilege for Bannon. And third, the courts have ruled that the advice of counsel defense doesn't work in contempt cases like this. So Bannon would have been better just going straight to jail instead of dancing around the monopoly board. But he and his podcast, as a result, will be on hiatus for the next 4 months, and he only has himself to blame for it.
All right. And Jeremy Peters, I'm just curious before you go. Bannon has been so defiant every step of the way, and also the key communicator of Donald Trump's threats of retribution. Your thoughts on this moment?
Well, you're exactly right. Key communicator is the best way to describe his role in the MAGA movement. After Rush Limbaugh died, there was really never anyone who stepped into that void in talk radio, which is such an important medium of communication for conservatives and for Trump's movement. Bannon, arguably, more than anyone else in AM radio or the podcast world, has filled Limbaugh's role, and he remains the chief messenger of Donald Trump's all of his vitriol, all of his grievance, all of these conspiracies about a deep state coming to get you. That's what Bannon voices, and he does it very effectively. Mm-hmm.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.